people in towns and cities, they'll always say when they go out to the countryside that there's a peace, there's a serenity that comes from being out in nature. And I think that's because when you are somewhere that's much more urban and stuff like, you cut off, black metal draws on a much more intrinsic spiritual part, and that's where a lot of that inspiration comes from nature.
The purpose of all art is to align yourself to the natural world, to get into the rhythm of existence.
Back in ancient society, those people made music because it sounded good to them and it resonated with them. And in a lot of cases, it was a sort of spiritual, ritualistic activity. And I think those qualities carry over to black metal.
So I only started making black metal 4 months ago, but I knew I kind of needed to. And in a way, I felt like I was doing it as a way to sort of give back to the genre, because I felt like it did so much for me. But once I started creating it, I realized it's really just the genre helping me again.
I use the art form as a means to understand myself, to test myself, and to become whole within myself.
Black metal, to me, is being liberating because it's purely what I think sounds good, what I think is real.
It's changed me, and it's shaped who I've become. As long as I'm physically able, I'm gonna be playing black metal, and as long as I have hearing, I'm gonna be listening to it. This is the music I need to make to feel something in my life. And that's when you'll be like, I don't give a shit who listens to it, but I'm gonna put it out there. And it's weird, but this is what I am.
I'm looking, I don't know where I should be looking, I don't know what to do. I just start excessively stimming because I'm trying to, I guess, counteract with whatever's being thrown at me, and I'm just doing anything I can to just calm down. I feel like my stims become very overt to someone else who's watching. That can be like excessively pacing around a room that for a very long amount of time, or just like my hands are just going a bit wild, or like I'm playing with my hair excessively. I feel quite warm and clammy, and I feel quite faint. There's this daze across me, and that sort of anxiety that sits on top of your lip that makes it kind of quiver, and like you feel like it's like there's bubbles arising on your lip. That really sets in, and once I feel that, I know that point I'm gone. That's when I can normally identify, oh, this is sensory overload. Inside my ears, they feel like they're on fire, and the only way I can escape is to, like, if I claw my skin off me, like I need to burst through my skin, and then it just gets worse. Then that's a shutdown, and I'll faint.
Sex to men, or stripping off for men, or even camming for men, you know, there's this idea that it's about the man, and that the woman's very passive in that situation, and I really wouldn't agree with that. A lot of women are very, very, you know, they are agents of their own sexuality when they are working. Sex work is just work, you know, like it can be boring, it can be horrible, some days you hate it, some days, you know, you really love it. There is the current strong narrative that's being pushed by a lot of very privileged sex workers, where they say that they choose to do the work and that it is the best job ever. And like anyone who says to you, no, they have the best job ever, I'm going to say, well, you must have some bad days.
would be nice.
Sex is such a primal human thing. The ridiculousness of it. Yeah, it's not, like I said, whips and chains and ball gags and all of that stuff. Like, it is, but it's not just that. One person's reason into becoming a sex worker is a totally different reason why the other person has done it.